100%. Cheers. His new album, Darling Blue, is incredible from the second you start it. This is your third album? Fourth?
Man, it's like the seventh.
Seventh? It's the third album I bought. Marcus King.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, brother. So good to see you. Every time I see you, I smile. But every time I see you, I sometimes wonder if you go, oh, fuck, it's Bert.
Never. No.
Remember the last time I saw you?
Was that at the Floribama?
No. That was
fun.
That was so fun. And you had to explain to me how singing on stage worked.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? We ran it. Go ahead. You tell everyone how it works.
I mean, it's a lot like this, you know. It's just you just got to project a little bit more. And what did we do? We did a Love Light.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
It was so fun. Floribama's on the border of Florida and Alabama. It's called the Floribama. They're big known for a mullet toss every year.
Yep. And
we had done Fully Loaded that night at the whatever the stadium was, or the amphitheater, the Wharf Amphitheater, and then everyone went down. It was our last night on tour. I ended up naked in the ocean with the Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
My daughters were there. My daughters were blown away. I mean, my daughters are like, one daughter really likes music. The other one, I think likes the culture of music.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Neither of them like Southern rock though.
Okay.
They're both into like, Georgia is just discovering it.
Yeah.
Why is Southern rock the best out of all the rocks?
I'm partial to it just because, you know, I think the best Southern rock bands are the ones that aren't trying to be Southern rock. They're just rock and roll bands that happen to be from the South. So it just kind of adds a little extra gravy to it, you know. It's not overly complicated. You know, it's really just rock and roll. There's nothing really too different about it other than just the region from which it comes from.
Because it's not country.
No, I mean it's a pretty close relative to country music. You know,
it seems like kissing cousins,
absolutely,
or kissing brother and sisters in country. Because like Lainey Wilson slides on so seamlessly, and then someone like Billy Strings, who is traditionally bluegrass, fits on so well. But at the end, is it your voice or is it the chords?
Man, you know, like that bluegrass thing is just. It's really interesting how popular that's become because that was such a niche style of music for so long. Mm-hmm. And now we got, you know, bluegrass artists acting like they're the Rolling Stones, and it pisses me off because I'm like, you guys were real nerds in high school, and now you're like these big rock stars, and it's frustrating. But I mean, bluegrass is like rock and roll now. There's stadiums being sold with bluegrass. Which is interesting to me, but yeah, I guess rock and roll is more in your personality, I reckon.
Yeah, it's like I remember someone told me, no one's gonna understand this. Someone told me I had a hard time clicking with alt comics, like the alternative scene. The more I guess now you just say now it's just conservative and liberal. I guess the two.
Well, the alt comics are like. No physical comedy, right? They're like really against any kind of tropes.
Yeah, they're very against any trope, and they want what they're doing to be different, to be against the grain, which you know I always enjoyed, and I always felt like Louis C.K. was an alternative comic, and I felt like Mitch Hedberg was an alternative comic. Janine Garofalo is obviously an alternative comic, but it's. I remember someone saying, I was like, why do they dislike me so much? And they really, it would be aggressive. If I went into a green room, no one would talk to me. People would say weird things to me and I'd make me feel uncomfortable. And someone said, it's because you're doing what they do, but better. Because I am a storyteller. And in essence, they all wanted to be storytellers and I wasn't doing traditional stand-up. I still don't do traditional stand-up. I don't know what I do. To be dead honest with you, I have no clue what I do on stage. I wanted to say the same about you because you can get in with any band and kill it, but when you do your own thing, it's really hard to put its finger on. You really just start almost destroying all the genres and make your own thing.
Yeah, And I think you kind of, rightfully so, you did kind of create your own lane. And I think that's the people that history kind of remembers. And I said this like when we did Austin City Limits a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, I said, if you don't know what kind of band we are, we don't either. And, we'll play some jazz fusion and cowboy hats. We don't really care, as long as it feels good and it feels right. Like, it's like what, what Eddie Murphy said. If the people laugh when you say what you say that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I had someone compliment me the other day and said, it's not like you're a comedian. By the way, I just done an arena. And he's like, it's not like you're a comedian. You're just like, you're just telling you're almost like telling us stories in your living room. And I go, I guess. I don't know. I try to write jokes. They just come out horrible. Like if I write a stand-up joke, it sounds like a dad joke.
Well, there's a comfortability to it. It's you just make people feel welcomed and at home. So it is like that.
I'm fascinated by your process because I've read a bunch about this album. So let's backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
The last album you put out, you sent it to me ahead of time, and Leanne got a hold of it, and then all of a sudden Leanne became obsessed with you. And I'm telling you, she listens to you. There are 3 people she listens to. You, Sturgill Simpson, and the Red Clay Strays. That's it. That's it. And thank you, Kyle. Come on in. And thank you for your service, man. Kyle.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, what was your military outfit? The 6'7"? What was it?
Not that. No.
6'7".
ASUs? OCPs? All of them. Nice.
Bert was telling me his first name's Zeke. Zeke Kyle.
Kyle, that's great. But I want to get to because I am very familiar with how my process works. And as silly as this may sound, it is just hanging out and kind of waiting for it to show up. Like if I journal now, starting on my 53rd birthday, I journal every morning. It's not conducive for me writing stand-up. My journal is a little, God forbid anyone ever find this, they'll have me committed. And I can't journal to music. I have to journal to silence.
Yeah.
And writing a joke is silly. Like I was listening to your album on the plane and I said, I want to listen to it a few times. And sometimes with an audiobook, you can hit ×2. So I was like, I wonder if there's a ×2. And then I was like, and then I'd come out and going, I listened to your album on double speed. It's not that good, But so then that's like a silly joke I wrote in my head. So that's my process. I got to wait to be silly for it to happen. You were talking about how important this engineer was in an interview. I forget where I got it. And I'm curious. We don't even have any of that. Stand-up is just you. So what does an engineer bring to the table? And where you recorded this whole album was important, right?
Yeah.
It was at Capricorn. Or was it, what is it? What?
Yeah.
Capricorn?
Recorded it at Capricorn Studios in Macon, Georgia. And, an engineer or a producer's job is really, for me, is to come in and to almost artificially create an energy in which you can be your most vulnerable and honest self.
Wait, where is Capricorn? Is that in
Macon,
downtown Macon?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that Macon.
The Allman Brothers recorded all their stuff, or not all their stuff. This is where they first got together and performed as a band for Phil Walden, who started the company. And before it was Capricorn, it was Redwall. So it was Otis Redding and Phil Walden.
Otis Redding's from Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, him and Little Richard from the same street.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How about Kodak Black and Lamar Jackson went to grade school together?
Wow.
Yeah, and it makes so much sense.
Small world.
I love when that happens. Like when Jason Williams and Randy Moss played basketball together. I love that. But Otis Redding breaks my heart.
Yeah.
The story of Otis Redding. How familiar are you with Otis?
Very familiar.
So do you want to tell everyone how he basically just put out one album? He was like 26 and then died.
Yeah. He put out all this wonderful music, and he had the first posthumous #1 single, which is kind of a big deal. He was the first one to have a #1 hit, like after he'd already passed away. His plane went down. Where was that? Up in...
I think it was in a frozen lake.
It was a frozen lake, And it was before, like, they had laws around, like, being able to photograph, like, so there's photographs of him, like, being pulled up out of the lake, and it's just really awful stuff. And, he wrote Sitting on the Dock of the Bay after he did Monterey Pop Festival in San Francisco, or Monterey, rather. He did that festival, blew everybody's minds. He had Steve Cropper, Al Jackson Jr., Booker T. He had Booker T and the MGs as his backing band. He's a Macon, Georgia guy, recorded all of his stuff down in Memphis, Tennessee. And they found that sound. And he went out there and Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, he didn't finish it. That's why he whistled the last, little refrain. So he whistled it because he was going to sing something else there, but he died before he had the chance to do so. So they put it out like that. And it became one of the more, memorable parts of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a part everyone can sing along to.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Otis Redding song?
My favorite Otis Redding song is probably Cigarettes and Black Coffee. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a great one.
I like Try a Little Tenderness.
Oh, man.
And can I tell you, I feel like this is how much I like Try a Little Tenderness, is I can't listen to the Jay-Z remix.
I love it.
It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So I go, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch it. That song on a Sunday morning, sitting in a pool before your kids are up with a cup of coffee, cranking on the stereo, evokes church to me.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, you're working with Corey Henry tonight?
I am.
Ah,
yeah.
Fuck. I had like an emotional moment with him. You may have heard of HelloFresh, the #1 meal kit in America. They are making home cooking easier with chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients delivered straight to your door. But this fall, they're serving up even more to love. This isn't the HelloFresh you remember. It's bigger. HelloFresh has doubled its menu. Now you can choose from 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. Dig into bigger portions that will keep everyone satisfied. Healthier. Feel great with an even healthier menu. Choose from 15 plus high protein recipes each week with options like grass-fed ribeye or lamb chops. HelloFresh now helps you eat greener with new veggie packed recipes that have 2 or more veggies per dish. Tastier. Get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week for no extra cost. Now with 3 times the seafood options, savor the season with hearty fall recipes like classic beef chili or honey glazed pork tenderloin. Discover new seasonal produce each week, from leeks to broccolini to Italian eggplant and more. I'm telling you, HelloFresh is a staple for us at our house. For me and Leanne, I get it for the office. I make it sometimes. I'll just make it in the middle of the afternoon and we'll all have HelloFresh. More importantly, I send it to my girls. My girls at college get HelloFresh. Them and their roommates make it all the time. And this is the way you know that your kids are eating good. They're not just eating fast food. They're eating good and they're cooking. And the best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/Bears10FM now to get 10 free meals plus a free breakfast for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/Bears10FM to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life.
Guys, enter the room dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting erections, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Now, it's illegal for me to show you, but I have taken one and it's working. And I love it, and I love being hard from the moment I get up throughout the day, because I just want to be ready for any situation that requires an erection. Guys, this isn't just about performance, it's about legacy, or third leg-acy. Give her group chat something to talk about, because when you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. So, discover your options at BlueChew.com. We've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, your first month of Blue Chew is free. Just use promo code BEARS at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and important safety information, and we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I did It was a Sunday morning in San Francisco, and we were at the Blue Note Jazz Festival. And I think Chappelle had invited us up. Me and Leanne went. We were supposed to go see Widespread in Alabama, and Leanne was like, fuck that. Let's go to Chappelle's festival.
That's a hard pivot.
Right?
And I feel like you and we're pretty kindred spirits. Like, I get prepared for one thing, and if we pivot, I'm a little out of sorts. So
you know how she tricked me.
How?
Come on, we'll drink. We'll get drunk.
See?
And I was like, all right, I'm in.
Yep.
Because if we had gone to Widespread, it would have been her probably not drinking, watching me drink. And then I would have been like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, let's smoke weed. So I don't like, don't make me sick. I'm going to throw up. And then, but we went to that, and I woke up one Sunday morning. She goes, let's get a cocktail and go see what's out there. Uh-huh. Corey Henry held like a mass at like noon, 12:30. And we ended up, it was the coolest event. And you can edit whatever you want out of this, but this is so interesting. At that, I'm sitting, I light a joint, I have a cocktail. I think it's the first time I ever had a buzz ball. And this black dude sitting there in his recliner smoking a cigar, and he looks at me, and I said, I wish I had one of those. And he opens it up, he goes, take one. And I was like, yeah? He goes, yeah, just give me a cigar next time you see me. And I go, I don't know when that's going to be. He goes, come find me. Nice. And I said, give me your number. I travel a lot. His name was James Earl Jones. It's not the one you think.
It's a different James Earl Jones?
Different James Earl Jones. And me and this guy started texting, Marcus, and we've been texting now for like 3 years. And he didn't know, like I said, hey, I'm in here. I shouldn't say where he lives, but wherever that area. I said, yo, I'm in your neighborhood. Why don't you come have a cigar with me? He's like, great, where you at? And I was like, the arena. And he was like, huh? I said, I'm performing. And he's like, you're famous? And I was like, yeah, come. So we sat by my tour bus and had a cigar. And now we keep in touch. He texts me. He hit me up one day. He goes, hey, man, I'm following you on Instagram. You're like losing weight. I'm going to the doctor for the first time. Wow. You inspired me. So we've kept in touch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's just named James Earl Jones.
Isn't that crazy?
Is he younger or older
He's
than
my age.
Okay, so he's younger than the other James Earl Jones. That's really interesting, man.
Look at this.
It's a very Bert situation.
Oh, look, it's just him. Every day he sends me whatever she's smoking. Isn't that great? And like,
that's
now
awesome.
we have a friendship, and we just, and I text him when I'm smoking.
The cigar community is a good community. They're pretty chill people.
What's better? So are you still sober?
I am sober.
How long?
I mean, the broad answer is probably the last time we podcasted together. I fell off the wagon like the night before just to clear the air. I was in San Diego, fell off the wagon down there, rolled it into LA, came here, and that's the first time we met each other. So this is like 2 years ago, maybe almost 3. I was like, I'm hurting, buddy. And you were like, I got you.
Someone was like, dude, you're getting negative comments. You were drinking with Marcus. He's been sober. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, I don't really.
It was such a cathartic experience, and it was needed. You know, I mean, it's an unpopular thing to say, but like, I do feel like being completely drunk with a good friend and person you can talk to. I would have preferred our conversation would not live on the internet, but that conversation needed to happen for me in my heart. And it's just easier to have those conversations when you're, in a bag a little bit.
It's a little easier to be honest drunk.
Absolutely.
I told our couples therapist I might come drunk a couple times. She was like, do you need that? And I was like, no, but just giving you a heads up. I'm not really great at therapy, but I was like, let's not forget who pays the bill here. So if you like your job, I'm going to show up in the bag a couple times.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a different side of me. You're going to get a little more honest side. I don't know. I don't know. Do you struggle with wanting to drink at all? Because there's a pill I'm taking that'll take that away right away.
Yeah.
I'm taking that Monjaro shot.
Oh yeah, I saw your post.
Dude, it does this. Everything. It just goes like, ugh.
Yeah, nothing's fun.
Yeah, it takes your sparkle away.
It does. I mean, it's just like...
You're not supposed to drink champagne and go, ugh.
I know, man. Everything fun in life. I just can't. I can't do moderation. I know I don't have a problem, not starting. I just have a problem stopping. So I encourage everybody. What's helped me stay sober as long as I have, which is this is probably the longest I've been sober in my life. And I did it because I love my wife. And, I thought when I met her that I could learn how to drink like a gentleman. I was like, I'm happy. I don't need to drink to forget things. I want to enjoy my life. But there's something in me that, comes to life when I've had too much, and it wants to destroy everything good in my life because I don't feel like I deserve it. So that's what alcohol does to me. And it was a lot of time discovering that and realizing that and realizing I don't want it. But I like everyone else around me to have a good time because they can do it responsibly. And really, like what we were talking about, like alcohol just kind of lowers that social barrier, that uncomfortability of like social interaction.
You have that?
I absolutely have it. But now, instead of me having a few cocktails when I go somewhere so I can be more loose and have more conversations, I allow everybody else to kind of have a few. And I just look at it in that perspective. Everyone else has let their guard down. So it allows me just to be me. It helps me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. When was the last time you wanted to drink? You were like, where you were like, I do Sober October every year, and I just finished it. And getting back off the wagon is really difficult for me. Having that first drink is really difficult.
Yeah.
I usually never want it. And every time I've done it recently in the last couple of years, meaning a chunk of sobriety and that first drink, it's been almost like court-ordered type thing. I had a cruise. It was the first night of the cruise, and they're like, you're gonna have to drink on the cruise.
Right.
And then I was with my daughter, Georgia. We were at Parents' Weekend. She was like, yo, you'll have a beer with me, right? And I was like, absolutely. But then the second I start, it's like, all right, we're back in the game. Mm-hmm. Like there's no, like my moderation, I have to do chunks of not drinking and then chunks of drinking and chunks of not drinking and chunks of drinking.
Yeah.
And then until I took this Manjaro shit, now I'm like, I got on a plane yesterday wanting a drink, and I was just, I wanted to throw up when it got to me, and I went, I can't take it.
I know, man. Like when I started this album, like because we started the record, like 3 years ago.
Really?
So it's an interesting album for me to listen back to.
It's an interesting album for me to listen to.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering what songs are about your relationship, what songs are about addiction, what songs are just stories. Like it's a really interesting album, and I can't even. Like there's a line, I can't remember. It's every time I put it down, it gets heavier or something.
Oh yeah, it gets heavier every time I put it down.
Yeah, it's better. No wonder you wrote it.
Yeah.
The way I said it's dumber, but yeah. But I go. That's for me. That I know what that means. It's the bottle.
Yeah.
Every time I put it down, I go. Maybe I'll never pick it up. You know what I mean? But I didn't. Right. I'm curious to know about that. But you were saying the question was last time you wanted to party, and you were like,
right. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the record's interesting because there is this kind of dichotomy of like my creative process. Like half of the record I did when I was still drinking heavily. And I remember those times, and all those times were really fun. My buddy Brent Hines was there, and we were doing mushrooms and drinking a lot. And then the rest of the record was just microdosing and being healthy, being sober. So when I listen back to it, I can kind of see which moments, and really kind of analyze them. But the last time I really wanted to party, I guess, it's hard to say, man. I mean, the moment that comes to mind is probably the Floribama, because I wasn't drinking then, and everyone was having such a good time. But there comes a moment, like around 1 or 2 a.m., where I'm like, I think I made the right call.
Yeah. For me, it's at home. It's at 8:30. Once I hit 8:30, if I hadn't had a drink by 8:30, I go, oh yeah, it's not worth it.
No, I haven't.
If I can get to 8:30. I call it the witching hours, when the sun sets and it looks beautiful outside, and everything seems perfect, and you feel like you earned it. Because there's got to be times where you're like, yo, man, I'm one of the hardest working motherfuckers out there.
I mean, my wife gets on to me because, like, you know, I like to have my morning smoke. I like to have my morning cigarette. And some days I'm like, I'll fucking crack a Heineken Zero, you know, with my cigarette. So I'm having a beer and a cigarette technically at like 7 a.m, but it's an NA, and I'm like, this is the price I have to pay, you know? Like,
Yeah.
It just means that this day would have been off the rails because I woke up wanting to have a drink, you know? And it could have gone off the rails really easily. But yeah.
That's yeah. NAs have never done it for me.
I never was an NA guy, but like, I guess a year or two ago, I don't know, something about them, just that placebo effect, I guess.
Wait, can you microdose?
Mushrooms? Yeah, absolutely.
So then if you can microdose mushrooms, how come we can't microdose everything?
That's a good question, Bert.
I would love to microdose alcohol.
I think it's, you know, an interesting conversation to be had.
What they need to do is it needs to be a certain amount of alcohol to just get me to that. All I want to feel is the sparkle.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see is that, and then let it go away.
Mm-hmm.
And then just get there. They should do like
I do feel like mushrooms kind of do that.
That's what they say. I've never microdosed mushrooms, but I also only use mushrooms to trip my balls on.
Right. You've only macrodosed. If you take a microdose, you might be surprised. It kind of gives you that sparkle. It gives you that like, all right. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
So then here's my problem with Xanax. I can never take Xanax on I love Xanax. I think Xanax is one of the greatest drugs in the world. I haven't taken it in probably 3 years.
Okay.
My cardiologist told me, so I was explaining my lifestyle to my cardiologist, and he was like this. I was like, yeah, I like to get off. I get after it on the weekends, and then
tore out the frame.
Yeah, and then on Monday I take a Xanax around 4 p.m. So I don't have I take half a Xanax at 4 p.m. I don't want to drink, and then I sleep great, and then I don't drink Tuesday. I don't drink Wednesday. I head out on the road Thursday, and I'll drink Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Xanax on, and he was like, stop with the Xanax.
Yeah.
He's like, it melts your brain. I was like, really? He goes, never take Xanax again. I'm never going to let you take Xanax again. So I've taken Xanax since. But my problem with Xanax on a plane is I couldn't manage it. You know what I mean? I took it and it was there, but I like the taking of it.
Oh.
I like the drinking. I like the actual, I like measuring it. I like the being the scientist that's working this thing. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's like with cocaine. I would love to be the guy that does one line, but the fun of cocaine is having it in your pocket.
It is fun. And then you want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know? I used to get rid of a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it so much, dude. It was, I mean, my dad told me when I was like 17, he said, never try cocaine because you'll love it. And I did, boy. And
it delivers.
It does every time.
I mean, can you imagine being the first guy in the jungle that discovered cocaine and you're like, I think I figured out God.
Yeah, I think I discovered
And I'm him.
Yeah. I mean, hell, like in its original state, like the coca leaves, so like it was in Coca-Cola, you know, but now when you see them, like even if you go back and see like how they process it with the gasoline and stuff, it's a little sketchy. And for years, like the baby laxative and stuff that they would cut it with, like when I found some real uncut stuff, like I think the first time was in Jamaica and I was like 19 and yeah, I was doing a lot of this like really pure, you know, coke, and it was a crazy time. But when the fentanyl came into play, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna bow out. And I met my wife like the next night.
For real?
Yeah, I ran out of cocaine, and I was like, I don't think I want to fuck with that anymore because I wasn't gonna be home for a while. And the dude that I got it from, he like meticulously tested it, and like, you know, he would always get me really clean stuff. And, you know, I was like, I don't really want to try my chances out here on the road to find it, you know? Yeah. And then I actually met my wife the next night. And then I didn't want to do it. Well, I wanted to do it, but like, I just didn't want to take the risk because I had something I wanted to live for, you know?
Wow. Is it tough growing up, for lack of better words, like a prodigy?
It's kind of interesting, man. I don't know. I wanted to do anything I could to make myself feel like people loved me. So I put all my eggs in that basket. I played all the time because that's how I would experience love.
Did you feel like when you were a kid, did you feel like you didn't deserve love?
Absolutely.
Really?
I still struggle with that.
How? You're so loved.
I know.
You're actually in the group, when I think of it, of the like most lovable people.
Thanks. I feel the same about you.
Well, I should check the comments on this episode. Be shocked how many people hate me. And you know that really for a period of time that really affected me.
I don't know, me too.
Because you go, my only goal, and I wasn't a prodigy. I was just, my only goal was approval. You know, that's why I got into stand-up, is I could tell if they liked it. Mm-hmm. And if they didn't like it, I tried something different to get them to like it. And the only currency in my business is approval. And negativity, people that didn't like me, it made me so confused. I was like, I'm trying everything to get you to like me.
Yeah.
And then they could just be like, yeah, fuck you, you're corny or whatever. And you'd be like, ugh. But someone like you are undeniably, like, whenever I bring you up to anyone, the base thing they say is there's something different about him. He's special. And you've heard that your whole life, but you still say, I don't feel it.
Yeah, it's something that I'm still chasing down, you know, with therapy. And it's hard. Like, you know, my therapist called me the other day and I forgot we had a session and I had something to do. So I answered the phone, spoke to her for like 20 minutes. Was like, I'm sorry, I gotta jump off here. But like prioritizing, you know, physical and mental health, that's been a big one for me. Just trying to discover the root of why I don't feel like I deserve love, you know? And there's something in me, like when I drink, it really comes out.
For real? And
I feel like I need to destroy anything that does give me love or affection because I don't deserve it anyway, you know? Just
when you're in good shape, like you're in pretty good shape right now.
I'm okay. Yeah.
You look good.
Thanks.
Does that make you feel better about yourself?
Yeah. I mean, if I can feel physically like I'm, you know, losing weight or, you know, it's actually hard having like a really hot wife too, because like the internet comments, again, people are like, you know, what's going on here? Like this woman does not care about this guy. And it's like, I know, I really think she does, you know, and it can create like insecurities within your own home. Just people throwing bullshit comments out there, you know, and sometimes they're funny. It's like, they look like every SEC couple. That's hilarious. You know, if people are funny in an internet comment and they're being disparaging, I give that a hall pass. Like if somebody calls me Biggie Strings, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know,
if you're funny in a comment,
yeah,
I'll laugh.
But if you're just like super mean, I mean, it really does get to me.
What's crazy is that even the really mean people, and I hate to like try to get meta about this, they're more like us than they think.
Mm-hmm.
They're struggling for love too. That's why they're coming with hate. I mean, I can't imagine, and I understand that. I would love for someone to explain why hate is fun. Like I would love, you know, those people that put out like mean videos or I would love for them to really break it down and go, this is what I get out of it. Like because I'm curious, because I can't, when they do them about my friends, I can't watch those.
Yeah.
I can't, and I have friends who like send me clips about me and they're like, do you see this? This is hysterical. And I'm like, oh no.
Dude, I know, like my wife has friends who will like send videos and be like, can you believe what this person said about you? And I'm like, you have to stop doing that, because Briley and I are really similar. We kind of go through these like, and we're much better about it now, but we'll go through these patterns of like, I'll be like really down on myself because I've read the wrong shit. And then she does it and we just kind of help each other out of that, you know, that cycle. But yeah.
It's so funny because I was with Briley Jelly Rolls roast.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking, and she brought something like that up. It's interesting to me as an outsider. I watched her, for anyone who doesn't know, Briley is absolutely gorgeous. And I watched her go into a club with us, and I looked at guys look at her, and I watched her. She is a lot like Leanne. She is singularly focused. She has no interest in talking to anyone. She was there to hang out with me and Leanne, I think, and Bunny and Jelly, and just in a group. She was not like going around and trying to get drinks or meet. She was a married woman. And it was interesting to see that because she's standing next to Leanne the entire time. The two of them were like inseparable and just had married chick energy. And I know a dude hit on her. She went like this, the fuck? And then looked at Leanne. She's like, no. And then both of them rolled their eyes. And then she randomly brought up one of the things she had read online or someone had sent her online. And I'd never seen that. I'd never seen it because I don't read the comment. And I said to her, it's not real to me.
Yeah.
And then I realized, but it's very real to her. And whatever's real to me, it's not real to anyone else. It's not real to the people I'm doing projects with. They don't read it. They're like, huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like you just said, I think you're loved. And I go, one of my favorite human beings in the world is Theo Vaughn. I think he's a precious guy, meaning I think he's special in a lot of ways. And he's a lot like me and you. He's, substance problems and very sensitive, sweet guy. All he doesn't have a fucking negative bone in his body.
Right.
But when I look at you, I go, you're like Chappelle to me. Like you guys were just given a gift and all you're doing is you're sharing that gift with the world. And how can anyone say anything but thank you?
Well, that's a really nice way to put it. I've never seen a nasty comment from an attractive person. And maybe it's the ghost accounts. Maybe that's an attractive person, but I doubt it. I've never seen an attractive person, willingly, without, a private account or like a ghost account, say something disparaging. It's always, just dog-ass ugly people.
Yeah.
So
are there
take
comments,
that and use it for what you want.
Are there comments that live in your head? Because I have there's one comment that one guy wrote when I was still doing clubs, and by the way, wasn't selling tickets at clubs. And I think about that comment so often. At one comment, he goes, it was like, I'll be at I can tell you where I was playing. I was playing Minnesota at House of Comedy. I think it's called Acme House. Not Acme, it's the one in the mall. It's the one in the mall. Jimmy Kimmel's sister, Jill Kimmel, opened me for that weekend. That's how, this is so bizarre. Still on Travel Channel.
Really?
Yeah, and someone wrote, this guy sucks. All he does is take his shirt off, get drunk as fuck, and tell one story. And I was like, yeah, technically.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but I was like, clearly I do more than that. But
you do way more than that.
That's all you see. I think of that comment, and there was another comment. I got onto a live stream, like a football game or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And someone was like, oh shit, Bert Kreischer's in here. And someone was like, Bert Kreischer. And this dude goes, oh, cool. A 50-year-old guy who smokes weed. And I was like, oh, what the fuck?
What's wrong with that?
I can't even just go in here. It's the fucking, they get you sometimes. And then there's just hurtful ones where you're like, oh,
yeah.
What, like, there was this, yeah. And then they say don't even talk about them because it gets, that what they want is the attention. But, I wish we could just make the world a better place. I've never left a negative comment ever.
Me neither. I've replied to a few of them, just, I like to do it. I don't really do it anymore, but for a time there, I would reply to one every few months just to kind of remind people that I'm looking at this shit, because I feel like they do kind of remove you from like being a real human. They look at you as a brand,
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you say something shitty about Pepsi or Coca-Cola, you don't think about one person being upset, So So if you look at Marcus King or Bert Kreischer as a brand, you're like, this guy fucking sucks. You know, you're thinking about it as a brand. You're not thinking about that person looking at him and getting upset by it. So every now and again, somebody will say something really shitty, and I'll message him and be like, that was really hurtful. And they almost never reply. But I just want to scare a little Jesus into him, you know?
I got a good one. You want to hear this one?
I want to hear it.
I was on Instagram, and sometimes my fingers get fast and I get ahead of myself.
Yeah.
And
you get happy fingers.
And I think the guy's a friend of mine now, and I can't really remember everything. But I see one of the guys on this podcast, and he's a comedian, and he's got a podcast with his best friend who's not a comedian. I don't know. And he goes, Bert Kreischer. And the guy goes, Bert fucking Kreischer. And I went, ooh, nice. I'm about to get a little love. So real quick, I checked that comedian. I go, oh yeah, I know him. I follow him already. I go, let me real quick follow his friend, follow their podcast, and like this video. Now, what were they saying about Bert Kreischer? And they're like, fucking Bert Kreischer is the most annoying person alive. I am done with him and his laugh. It's like, he's never been funny. Joe Rogan made him famous. And I'm like, and no, I've already liked everyone and I've already followed everyone. And I'm like, oh my God, now I got to unfollow. And then I was like, so I just texted them and I was like, guys, I'm really sorry I followed you. I didn't know you hated me. Yeah. I'm really sorry I liked the video about you hating me, but like, just letting you know that. And then the one guy wrote back, holy fuck, I never thought you'd see this.
Right.
And I was like, well, you tagged Bert Kreischer in it. Why wouldn't you think it would come across my page?
Right.
And he was like, we were just talking shit, man. And you're like, okay. So then I write half of it off to just talking shit. I write half of it off to being contrarian. They see a lot of love. They want to go, this guy fucking sucks. I write half it off. But then I wonder, does like someone like fucking Chris Stapleton get negative comments and does he get upset? Chris Stapleton looks to me like this untouchable mass of hair.
Yeah.
Or like Zach Brown.
Yeah.
Like fucking I'm not saying that I think we're artists who wear our everything on our sleeve. Mm-hmm. Like when I listen to your music, you're very vulnerable. Your albums aren't I'm not trying to find the right way to say this. Your music isn't branded to sell a whiskey. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like your music is about, like my favorite song on this album, I've listened to the whole album. Dirt was the first song that caught in our house where Leanne just played it on repeat. It's on repeat. The On and On was the one that, and I started crying when I was listening to it because I realized why I love you so much. And it's that you sound so much like one of my favorite artists ever, Shannon Hoon.
Oh, wow.
And it's not until the very end of On and On when it's just you, kind of a cappella. And I went, oh my God, I love, your voice is so honest.
I had one other person tell me that. Somebody I used to work with.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, you fired them?
No. It was, no, they're very good people. It was from like my first management team. She worked with me, but she always told me I sounded like Shannon Hoon, which is a really high praise.
Yeah, I think he is so underrated as a musician.
Yeah.
Now, knowing what I know about music now, your artistry is, I have a weird time talking shit about one of my favorite musicians, but all of a sudden I listened to On and I went, oh my God, it's like your favorite artist passes away and now all of a sudden it's like I get two in one because now one of my favorite humans it's almost like a mashup. And I was like, as soon as I heard that song, then all of a sudden I was like, I was just diving into everything. This whole album is so incredible. And the people you chose to work with are so interesting and add so much to it. This album is just incredible. What did you ever think? And I'm just saying this because we're talking about artists taken away too early. I watched this documentary on Jeff Buckley. Did you ever know anything about Jeff Buckley?
Not a great swimmer. We can cut that out.
That fucking guy.
No, he was fantastic.
Yeah. He was a sensitive dude. Well, do you like sensitive artists, or is there a part of you that looks at like Leonard Skinner? And
I do like attitude.
I like attitude. You got attitude on stage.
It's faux, yeah.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's real. Like I gotta pump myself up a little bit, but you go out there and you gotta be confident. It's like charming a snake, you know. We're talking to a girl at a bar. The whole audience is just the girl at the bar, and like if you go out there, like they'll smell the fear on you.
Yeah.
And there's some nights where like I know you can smell the fear on me, and you know I just gotta lean into that. But you know, I try to go out there and be as confident as I can, and that usually makes for the best show.
Yeah, but when you like, let's rank Southern rock bands, and then tell me what you liked about them. Okay. So let's do the top 5 Southern rock bands: Leonard Skinner, Allman Brothers, Marshall Tucker Band. Let's go someone a little newer. Can we where can we quantify Southern rock? Give me the 2 more that you would name in that.
I think you could throw the Black Crowes in there.
100%.
Yeah. And I think you could throw, I think it would be good to throw, you want like a newer band? Because they kind of cover like that 90s portion. So like Blackberry Smoke, I think would be.
I don't know Blackberry Smoke.
Man, they're fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Blackberry Smoke?
It's my buddy Charlie Starr. They're an Atlanta band. And Charlie's been one of my good friends for years. A wonderful writer and human being. They're definitely on that list for me.
Okay, so then let's do this. So we'll take these bands, say their best song that exemplifies the band.
Okay.
So for Leonard Skinner, what song do you think exemplifies the band?
Leonard Skinner, it exemplifies the band.
And I'll throw out some ideas. Okay, give me 3 steps. Is in it. It paints a perfect Southern rock picture of a concrete square bar that's dimly lit. Yeah, dimly lit with a sticky bar and the right kind. And there's cigarette smoke everywhere, and the door opens up, and you feel that, right? Mm-hmm. Simple Man is a porch. It is hot. It is an unbuttoned shirt. It is the South. Give me 3. What Tuesday's Gone? Oh my God.
I mean, you start getting into it like
Jesus Christ. What's the best Leonard Skinner song?
Best Leonard Skinner song. I mean, my favorite is a song called "I Ain't the One."
Motherfucker. How am I not listening to that?
It's so heavy.
Give me back my bullets.
It's a great one. "I Ain't the One." Like that first record pronounced Leonard Skinner. Ed King, he actually, because Leon Wilkerson, like he left the band really temporarily, just enough time for them to cut this record. And Ed King played all the bass parts on that record. So if you listen to the first album, it's a guitar player playing bass. And like there's some really inventive stuff that happened on the bass guitar on that first record. And this song's a great example of that.
I Ain't the One?
Yeah.
Man, I don't think I've ever heard I Ain't the One.
It's great.
So I'm really, because I used to make fun of Dead fans when they're like, I'm a big Dead fan.
They're really easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
It's Orthodox church, man. I can't get into it. I can't get behind it.
For real?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I love the deep cuts of the Dead, or what I love.
Like you're a great Grateful Dead fan because you can do it casually.
Yeah.
You know? And we're both addictive personalities, but we can do the Grateful Dead casually. What does that say? You know what I'm saying? It's something that we don't have to do all the time, every day.
God, how do we just find a way to fucking transition that into drugs and alcohol?
I'm just saying, you know?
So wait, so what would you say that is so you say I Ain't the One's the song, but what's the song that exemplifies this band? Is it Freebird? Freebird their best song? I
don't know if it's their best song. I'd say, you know, that and Sweet Home Alabama are definitely
Sweet Home Alabama.
I mean, it's on the state sign.
Sweet Home. I got to be honest with you. I think Adam Sandler ruined Tuesday's Gone for me.
Oh, really?
All I think of is Happy Gilmore.
It's such a perfect song for that movie.
It's such a perfect song that it's like, you know, it's so funny. That's what music's happened a little bit is because the easiest way to get a song popular is get it on TikTok, and then it becomes a TikTok song, and then what could have been an anthem for a generation now is just like a dance move.
Dude, it pisses me off so bad. Like, and I think I'm definitely just sour grapes about it. But like, I got on stage the other night, and I was really feeling just kind of, I don't know, just down in the dumps because we were tired and like we're going on to play in this like C market, and like we had a hard time filling up the room, and we're just like, it's a fucking Monday night, and like, who wants to go to a concert in Corpus Christi on a Monday fucking night? And we're tired, and we're up there, and like, I was playing a song. I'm like, this is a song I wrote, and I went to a recording studio and I recorded it, and then I released it on a record like an adult. I didn't put it right on fucking TikTok, and it's because I'm sour about it, and I get pissed off because there's like kids out there that are like, you know, gonna have me open for them, and I've been just like with my head in the fucking dirt for 10 years, and they haven't left their couch, you know, and people are like, they're in high demand.
Yeah.
People are losing their fucking minds. And I'm like, this is what's wrong with our country. Bert, this is what I was, you know.
Yeah, no. I listen. I am biting my tongue because I'm watching the decline of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I'm watching it with my own eyes, and I've said it to people. I've said it. I was like, we had a boom, and but I don't.
What do you think started the decline? Like crowd work clips?
Wow. I'll tell you, crowd work clips didn't help because it turned comedy into it introduced comedy to a bunch of people that didn't know about comedy, as in, this is how it's done. You yell at them, and then they'll defend themselves.
Right.
And that never was something anyone wanted to do. What you want to do, I mean, the art form in essence is getting a bunch of strangers, that's a very important part, strangers to laugh at your idea and come together and celebrate funny ideas that remind them that they're all the same. And then, you know, and I've had people yell out at my shows, you know, and it's tough. I'm in a big venue, so I can't even fucking hear them.
Right.
And then, but yeah, it's crowd work clips. And it wasn't just that it was like crowd work clips. It was that a couple guys did it, and they did it pretty well. Like, I'll tell you real quick, Mark Norman and Sam Morrell are brilliant at crowd work. And
so good.
They're so good. But they're not even, I got to let everyone realize that that's not technically what they're doing. What they're doing is they're writing on stage faster about topical issues than anyone else could.
Yeah.
And so they're really brilliant comics. They got to rap as crowd work comics. That's not what I'm upset with. Matt Rife's crowd work special is very fucking artful. I mean, he is very talented at crowd work.
Big J is the greatest.
Big J is Ian Bag, Big J. They are insane crowd work comedians.
And I bring it up only because I've heard other people complain about crowd work clips. And like when I see like Big J's crowd work special, they, them, I'm like, this is some of the greatest of all time. I took my whole like family, like the night before I got married, to see Big J at Zany's in Nashville. And like my super conservative like wife's family was just, you know, he almost walked him a few times.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
Oh yeah.
It was fantastic.
By the way, I have to say this, Big J, he went out and did Fully Loaded with us, he would get on stage and not do crowd work for 15 minutes and destroy.
Oh, he's
sitting on a stool.
Yeah.
But if he decides to do crowd work, you will not move until he decides you're done.
Yeah.
He is just brilliant.
He is.
But then a bunch of people thought they could do what Big J did. And then it's just them going, where are you from? Mm-hmm. And then the guy tells you, and he's like, oh, wow, that's crazy there. And then he gets 4 million views, and you're like, wow. Yeah. And then, I mean, you know, but once again, it's like there's a guy I was talking to, and Jeff Acuria is his name. And he was like, I'm a big crowd work comic. And I kind of rolled my eyes at it. He's a very nice guy, and he's very talented. But I was like, I wouldn't say you're a crowd work. Don't say but he's known as a crowd work guy, you know? And I was just like, that's, you know, when we were kids, crowd work's what we did to get out of a bad spot.
Right.
Like that was when you were failing.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah.
Like you know, and so, But then I watched his videos and I was like, wow, he's pretty fucking amazing.
Nice. That was fantastic.
Tommy.
What's up, dude?
I'm on the podcast with Marcus King.
Oh, what's up, Marcus?
What's up, dude?
We were just talking about you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, hey, what do you think about crowd work comics?
I mean, it's to what level? It's like it's a skill you should have. If it's your whole set, you ain't shit. But I mean, it's like, it's definitely something you should be able to do.
Okay. We'll call you later. We just, I didn't realize I saved your ringtone. It's Raining Men.
Yeah, scared the shit out of him. It was great.
That's perfect. Yeah. So who are you trashing in particular? I know it's code for somebody.
We were just,
No.
Marcus and I are having a very emotional two bears right now. And so we're talking about negative comments and not feeling worth anything and trying to get people to like us on stage and confidence and should we feel love, and then Marcus was talking about how musicians are TikTok kids and then all of a sudden they blow up.
Yeah.
And he's like,
and it's kind of the similarity being like crowd work clips going viral to like kids, like, that was the kind of the similarity there we were discussing.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing is, don't forget that we all feel the same, dude. We all fucking feel the same. Everybody's the same. We all wish we were liked more. We all want more respect. We're the same.
Yeah.
Well, clip that out, everybody, because I can't believe I've ever heard you say that. You're the most confident fucking person I've ever met.
Yeah.
That is not true. That's not true.
Okay.
But I love you. And I love you too, Marcus. I'll
Love
talk to
you,
guys
man.
later.
All right. I love
See
you
you,
too.
buddy.
Bye.
All right, brother. Okay, bye.
Do you know how many times? It's so funny. When we started talking about this, it's like I have an authentic relationship with you. I have an authentic relationship with Jelly. I'll never have an authentic relationship with Zach Brown. And I like Zach a lot, but because I met him when he was famous. So I'll always look at him as like, that's Zach Brown.
Yeah.
When I met you, first time I ever saw you was on your mom's house, and you just come out with your first album, I think. Not your first, obviously. You've done 7.
I can't.
But I was like, who is this guy? And then I was like, oh, cool. Well, he's like, this sounds weird, but like, he's attainable. I can touch him because did Tom's podcast.
No, I know what you mean.
And then with Jelly, I knew before he was famous. So I was like, so Jelly's never going to be, I'll never call him Jason. I'm like, does that make sense?
He should. What's up, Jason?
But Tom is someone I've known. I knew Tom when he was just fat with hot sauce in his back pocket.
Yeah.
But then he also is this Tom that I have to try to wrap my head around, who he has a podcasting empire. I think he has the biggest podcasting network right now. I think it's the biggest one out there. He is in production in like 2 movies and another TV show, and he's producing other movies. And then we own a vodka together. He's outgrown me business-wise. I'm just still, a couple podcasts and doing some TV and movies. Like, he's huge. I forget sometimes that he's my friend. Does that make sense?
I know what you mean.
Where it's like, and so when he says stuff like that, like, I'm like, when has anything ever
It humanizes him a little bit.
I forget that he's human.
Yeah, the cape comes off.
Yeah, like when we talk, even just that conversation, I'm like, what's ever shaken you, Tom?
Right.
Who do you think is the most let's go back to, who do you think the most unshakable musician out there is?
Unshakable.
Right.
Probably Chris Robinson, because he's an asshole. And he doesn't care what anybody thinks. And like part of me sometimes is like, I want that. But then I'm like, no, I don't. Because there's like no empathy connected to it. I think that like completely unshakability is usually connected to probably some really deep-rooted issues that you haven't discovered yourself.
Yeah.
So I hate to answer the question because it really is just so aligned with just a personality type that I can't stand.
Yeah.
I want people to be shakeable.
I'm the comics that
Artists,
enjoy bad comments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of their comedy.
No, I mean
the ones that are like, I fucking love when they give me bad comments. You're like,
yeah,
I think you're doing this wrong.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you can't thrive off of negativity.
Yeah,
and people that say that they do, it's usually a farce. They're usually saying it because, it's like sometimes you can tell people's confidence is really just, or people's ego is really just a mask for their deep insecurity, and you can't hide that from me anyway. I can see somebody's bravado or like confidence. I'm like, this is a fucking mask. It's a shell. You're an insecure little man.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a lot, especially in the music industry, boy. Musicians aside, like people that work in the industry, there's a lot of short, angry little men with big confidence coats on.
Dude, there are guys in our business, I'm not just talking comics, in their business that, they fuck with you in a way that's so unfair and unhealthy that you think, at least I know he's never going to have a good relationship with a woman because that's who he is.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to treat me like that, a man, and you're going to try to fuck with my brain, then I know that that's a controlling issue you have and you're taking into your marriage or your relationship with your kids. Mm-hmm. There was one guy who I approached because he was fucking me over. And he had his baby with him. And he said, what did you say to me? And I was like, I got to say this. I'm standing up for myself. And he gave me his baby. And he goes, I didn't hear that. Say it again while you're holding my baby. And I looked at his baby and I went, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're so fucked. It would be better if I dropped you on your head right now and you just had a brain damage, then you never had to understand who this person was.
Wow.
You are so fucked.
That's
you
incredible.
Are so fucked.
That's going to seep into that baby's subconscious.
I think about that moment.
That's amazing.
And I was just, and that.
But also that's a hardcore, say that to me while you're holding my baby. That's crazy. That's insanity.
It's insanity. But our business welcomes insanity.
It's true. Yeah.
It welcomes the insane ones so all of a sudden the insane ones are like, I was just having a conversation. I was like, I wish I was a little more insane because I feel like ... would pay more attention to me. Because I know that ... works with ...
Yeah.
And the second ... out of their fucking mind.
Right.
And they just want to put out that fire so they take care of them a ton.
Yeah, well, the insane people now, like the crazy ragers, like I've been out here during Grammy week, like none of the artists can really let their hair down. We are all such an image. We can't be out on the streets, like Lil Nas X, and his wasn't drug related, but like somebody's gonna recognize you and they're gonna take a video. What happened to him? He had a mental breakdown, and I hope he's okay. I'm a really big fan of his, but I use that just to say like somebody's gonna recognize it. They're gonna see you. But like the music industry types, they can get as fucked up as they want with like no repercussion because nobody recognizes them. Nobody says, oh man, you're the, attorney for UMG. That's crazy. You're fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that. They have complete anonymity. So they get completely housed. And they have all these artists who are like playing outlaw like it's a fucking, cops and robbers. But they're, really choir boys and they're not getting fucked up and they're not doing the shit that they sing about. It's like when I see like Morgan Wallen throw a chair off a roof, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't do that, but like that was genuine. I don't know why he did it, but that's awesome. Keith Moon, Joe Walsh, Keith Richards. Do you think that they could survive in today's musical climate? They could not.
No.
Because the industry has weeded these types of people out. The backlash that you get, like if you're drunk on stage, like even for comedians, it's just artistry, you have to be good all the time because you don't have any anonymity.
Dude, I got backlash for being drunk on stage in arenas, and I've never been drunk on stage in an arena. Mm-hmm. Someone just said, that's what I bet he does, and then the internet just took off with it, and they're like, he's talking about Burt. Burt's always fucking hammered in arenas. And I'm like, never. No, you're never. Not once. Not once. I did actually this weekend, but not once. Thursday night in Lafayette. I apologize. It was an amazing show. I was a little buzzed, but I did have a drink on stage and drank it before I would normally have started drinking. Mm. But But never, I'm never fucking blackout drunk. And you know, that's what sucks about all of this is that all these fucking bands we just named are legends with stories that were like, I don't know. It's like if the internet was around, there'd be, I'm certain that Ronnie Van Zant at one point jumped off stage and started a fist fight.
Oh, yeah.
If you did that today, they'd be like, he is Marcus King crash out.
He's problematic, you know, and then you would become an issue in the industry. It's like Axl Rose jumped off the stage, beat the shit out of some guy. That was awesome. And he did it in like compression shorts and a cheetah jacket.
Yes.
That was tight.
Axl Rose refuses to go on stage and starts a riot in Toronto.
I've always said, like, dude, would you want to read an artist's book if it was like, we all followed the rules, we went to bed on time, we ate our greens, the end?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking story is that? I want to hear some dirt.
But here's the thing, is that like,
and artists don't really have that anymore.
you can't. Who's probably the realist out there?
The Realest?
Like the realist, like meaning like you just said Morgan Wallen. I don't know Morgan Wallen, but I have a feeling I would really like him. But I have a feeling I'd be really bad for him. Someone like I feel like I should never meet him.
That's a fair assessment.
Like there was someone just said to me the other day, they're like, you know who you'd really get along with? It was Nate Bargatze. He goes, do you know who you'd really get along with? And I said, who? And he said, Justin Timberlake. And I went, oh, fucking love Justin Timberlake. He goes, I'm going to make sure you guys never meet. And I went, why? And he goes, trust me, you are not what he needs in his life right now. And I thought that, I took that as a compliment, but I was like, that makes me like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Makes me go, oh, I fucking like a dude who, I don't know.
Yeah.
But who's like that? Like, who's the, like, real deal?
Well, I kind of like people that are real, like, the way I kind of quantify that is just the people who are themselves on and off the stage.
Lainey Wilson seems to me like she is.
Oh my gosh, she's so genuine.
That she doesn't turn it off.
No, she is like that all the time. She's just the sweetest person. And she was like that when she didn't have any money. She's like that now. She's one of my favorite people. Jamie Johnson is super real.
Jamie Johnson's on that song with you.
Yeah.
Pity. Is that, which song was Jamie Johnson?
A song called Here Today.
Here Today. Yeah.
And I wrote that with Lainey and my friend Meg McCree.
Meg McCree's on this album.
Yeah, Meg McCree. She wrote with me on the record. And Jamie Johnson and Caitlin Butts sang the song with me on the record. And those are two very real artists. Jesse Wells is on the record. He's very real, you know? And I like what he does.
Yeah.
Because he gets compared to Bob Dylan, and then he like invites Joan Baez to sing with him. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to lean into it. You know, it's almost like a trolling bit at that point.
Yeah.
It's like, everybody's comparing me to Bob Dylan. I'm going to invite Joan Baez to sing with me.
That's great.
You know, he's awesome.
Jelly's pretty real. Like when there's very few guys I know that have a dab station at a 5K. He's pretty fucking real. He's Shane Gillis is the realist.
He's super real.
Man.
I love that guy.
He is, there's things people don't know about him that I would never share because I don't think it's what he'd ever want people to know about him. I mean, and they're not bad. Just like, they're just soft boy stuff. And I love it. It makes me love him so much.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, dude, he just wants to have a good time. He's the fucking epitome of a comic for me. Like the day I met him and I made him do, I mean, this must have been like 15 years ago. And I made him do fireball shots at like 9 a.m. with me. And he was like, oh, is this what we're doing? You know, it's like, it was like, I got to call my girlfriend. I was like, what? I was like, I'm dating this girl named Big Tuna. And I was like, really? He goes, she's a big girl. I was like, no shit. And he was like, oh, she plays like rugby or something. And I was like, yeah, I guessed.
Wow.
Or field hockey. And then I was like, wait, you have and then the next day he emailed me. Oh, I don't have this email. I'll get the email. He emailed me. It's so funny because it is who Shane is. Hey, Bert, I thought me and you got along really well yesterday. If you're looking for someone to take on the road with you.
Ah, so earnest.
It was, But he texts all the time, the sweetest, the nicest things in the world.
Yeah.
And he's like the epitome of one of the real ones, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then there's people that aren't. People that change their act based on what they feel like the temperature of the community is. And you're like,
Yeah. And I don't really have time for that. Like, I like to hang out with real people. And
I think you're one of the realest fucking people I know.
I try to be, man. I just like to be honest. And I wouldn't say anything about anybody that I wouldn't say to them. You know, and I don't like to talk shit about people. I like to make my observations, and, you know, I don't keep them secret. I just see a lot of things happening, and a lot of weird shit happening right now.
You should do like a Chris Gaines album.
Yeah.
Yeah. where you just write it for the TikTok.
Yeah.
And
just a TikTok album?
Just write a TikTok album.
Dude.
And just because, it's
not a bad idea.
But don't release it under Marcus King.
Yeah.
Release it under Chris Gaines. And just...
I just use that name again.
Yeah. Actually, write it under Bert Kreischer. And then I'll say, I released an album. Yeah. People will mock it, but it'll be so catchy. They'll be like, these are all the trends.
Yeah.
And then it'll go fucking viral.
Dude, how funny would that be if I, like, went under a false name, but it's obviously just me singing, like, they love to see a white boy singing in a field. Those videos go crazy viral. Like, acoustic guitar, woods, they love it. So I just go and do a bunch of those, just singing in the woods, you know? I'm going to do it.
I was going to take... So, like, I'm really, I'm going to pause my applauding myself.
No.
I'm really good at, like, seeing the thing that's sexy, that people don't know is sexy. Yeah. Like, the white boy playing in the woods is fucking so, it's like, especially like that early Oliver Anthony shit, where it's like, and he's singing about oppression and but white oppression and the internet.
I love Oliver Anthony, but, like, you shouldn't use a capo on a dough, bro. That's my hot take. I love him though.
So wait, but I saw that and I went, wow, that's like that marketing wise, that's just brilliant. You know, maybe there's a part of me that should never have gotten in front of the mic. I should have stood behind stage and worked with talent. I think that part of me still may come out in the next 15 years. I don't know. My wife thinks she wants to start a fucking management company, but I am doing an OnlyFans model for us. And I had ideas that I was taking to create a backstory for the woman we got to make her more desirable to the guys that are going to support her OnlyFans. And as I was doing it the same way you look at like those TikTok where you go, that's exhausting. And then I go, oh, there's tricks that are out there.
There are. That
I see them use. And I go, I've got a game plan for this. And I called Tommy and I told him about it. And he was like, this is like borderline manic, lunatic ravings, and fucking mad scientist. He was like, if you pulled this off, it would break the fucking internet. And I was like, I really want to try it. But I always think that there's a way. It's like I'd watch. I started by playing silly songs on guitar. Like my big claim to fame is I do impressions of different artists playing different songs. Okay. So I do the lead singer for the B-52s doing Jane Says. Jane Says, you know, like, and then I'd write funny songs about, always to John Cougar or John Mellencamp, because it was easy for me to wrap my head around. So when people started doing guitar music, I was like, oh, I'm going to jump into that real quick. And the second I did, I was like, this isn't what I want to do. Yeah. This isn't what I want to be. Wait, let's go back to our top 5 so we can round out here. And then, guys, if you're interested, we're going to do a Birdcast today. You can go over and listen to the Birdcast. But now we got it's got to be Leonard Skinner. It's got to be Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay. Marshall Tucker Band.
Can't you see?
Can't you see?
That's the one.
You've been playing with them, haven't you?
I've been working with the original drummer.
Okay.
So what happened with that group was Tommy Caldwell, he was kind of the band's leader, the bass player. He died in 1980 in a car accident. And after he died, you know, the creative force in the band just kind of, there just wasn't one. So in 1983, when Paul Riddle quit, the band just kind of fell apart. Doug Gray kind of bought the rights to the band's name, because there's not a real Marshall Tucker in the band. So he bought the rights to the name. The Marshall Tucker was like that was the name on the lease for their rehearsal place. That's how they got the name. So what we're trying to do now is like rebuild the legacy of the Caldwell brothers, and me and Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke, Otil Burbridge from Dead and Company. Otil Burbridge.
Otil's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he's so great.
He's a bad motherfucker. He plays bass for the Dead.
Yeah.
But he's a bad motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a podcast. If I'm not mistaken, he's got a podcast with
he does. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. But he's in the group, and we're playing Marshall Tucker Band music, and it's called Toy Factory, which was the original name for Marshall Tucker Band before they named it Marshall Tucker Band.
So it's Can't You See by Marshall Tucker Band.
Absolutely.
And then what was the other band we named?
We named it Black Crows.
Black Crows?
Remedy's one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yeah.
Sometimes Salvation would probably be my favorite Black Crow song.
She Talks to Angels was the one that
That's
got
probably
them. That was the one that was like their entry into the universe. I remember when that came out.
I mean, they blew up like gangbusters.
Remedy's probably okay, let's go Remedy. And then what were the other bands? We named two other bands. One was Blackberry Smoke.
Feel a Good One Coming On. I'm going to name that one just because my wife and I's friend, Courtney Coble, who's one of the most hilarious people ever, she's a massive Blackberry Smoke fan, and she met Charlie at our wedding, and she's like, I feel a good one coming on. And Charlie like didn't react at all. And I just thought it was the funniest situation of all time. So I text her that all the time. But that's a great song. But they got so many good ones.
Did you have a line in this album that said living life in the mirrors or in the rearview mirrors?
Yeah.
It hit me so hard today. It overwhelmed me. It overwhelmed me. And I was like, I wonder sometimes if you put song lyrics in and then we interpret them in such a deeper, because I thought you can't really drive if you're looking at your mirrors.
Yeah.
Like you don't know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I was like, and cocaine.
Yeah.
That's a crazy mirror to look into.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty jarring.
It's a different guy. Mm-hmm. It's a different guy. The lean down is like, is who you are. That is who you are.
Yeah.
You've never had a more down to earth moment with yourself than staring at yourself in that mirror about to do coke.
It's pretty honest.
But the come up is like a brand. It's like who you want to be. You're like, oh, this is the fucking man. Yeah. I could rip a tree out of the ground, but I'm not going to because I'm smart enough to know that everyone will know I'm on coke if I do.
Yeah.
And then what was the last? We had Leonard Skinner, Marshall Tucker Band, Black Crows, and then we named one more.
Allman Brothers.
Allman Brothers. Yeah, Allman Brothers.
Man, I'd say Ramblin' Man is probably, that was their first number one. Dickie Betts wrote it. And it was
Post.
It was like their first number one hit after Dwayne passed, and Dickie really had to step into that leadership role in the group because Dwayne was the leader of the group, and he passed away on a motorcycle accident in 1971. And Ramblin' Man, if I'm not mistaken, I think they might have cut that at Criteria in Miami, but Brothers and Sisters they cut at Capricorn.
God.
It's unimportant to the story, but
you really are a little bit of a Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa's like, there's this chick, Melissa, in college had huge tits.
Yeah.
And I learned that song, and I was like, in my head, I was like, she's never heard this song.
Yeah. I'm
going to play this song. She's going to think I wrote it about her.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get both of those tits tonight.
Nice.
And she came into my room at ATO, and I was like, here's the time. Lit a cigarette, put it on my string. Nice. So it was wiggling, it's really artsy. And I started playing Melissa, and she goes, oh, the fucking Allman Brothers, and got up and left. I went, oh,
no. Damn.
I hooked up with her sister.
As you do.
Yeah.
I used to see a girl named Melissa, and I did the same thing.
For real?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Will you write a song called Leanne, and then I'll give you the lyrics?
Yeah.
And it's like, It's called Oh Leanne, but it's not Oh Leanne, it's Leanne. Right now as a comic, one of the things I'm working on is getting all her laughs. So she's got like 3 different laughs or 4 different. I'm getting down to 5. But so like all I'm doing is trying to make her laugh so I can learn all her laughs and then do them to my daughters. Because my daughters, I did one to my daughters, and my daughters are like, is that mom's laugh? And I was like, yeah, it's mom's laugh. And they're like, shut up, do another one. And I was like, I'm working on them. It's so weird. My job is so different than yours, but it's also this playful world.
Yeah. You got to be, receptive.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think people will say about us when we're gone?
You first.
Do you want me to eulogize you or you want me to eulogize me?
I think you'd be good at eulogizing yourself.
I should do my own eulogy.
You should pre-tape it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's a great idea.
I'll do it right now. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Please play this at my funeral. I would like to thank everyone who came and curse everyone who didn't. Bert Kreischer, myself, was a great man. He was better than you think. But this is not going to go well. I'm already like, dude, I'm fucking angry that people didn't show up at my wedding or my funeral. I want to know who I outlived.
Yeah.
Look to your left, look to your right. Is Tom there? God damn it. No. I think all you need to know about Bert Kreischer is he tried so hard to make you happy. That's all you need to know. His only goal in life was to make you happy. And he's going to miss this life so much. God, man, I'm going to miss life so much.
Yeah.
I'm so bummed that I don't think I die because it hadn't happened yet, But like, I kind of think like, fuck, I'm going to miss it so much. I kind of wish, like, I don't wish, but I told Tom this one time, but I was like, if I had a button that could end the whole world, I'd press it as I died and be like, no one gets to live, tink. And he goes, I can't believe you just said that out loud. I said, you wouldn't do that? And he goes, no, I wouldn't do that. I want my kids to fucking have kids. I was like, I want mine to die with me. I want everyone to die with me. I don't want anyone to no one gets to live if I don't get to live. If I get to live, everyone's going to die. Go, what?
Oh, man.
What would you say about Marcus King?
I mean, honestly, you said it. I love that. I love that sentiment. I was, it resonates with me. Because all I really want to do is make you happy. I'm telling you, I'll tell you about you. As a fan of you, for all 3 of your 7 albums. How did I get so late to the game? As a fan, the first one I got was 2020, and then 2022, and then the one that had Delilah on it. It is, to be fair, it is kind of confusing because I put out 3 solo albums because I thought it would make sense because my band wasn't on them,
Yeah.
And
I got...
Yeah. So like, Youngblood...
I got El Dorado.
El Dorado was the first solo album. I got a Grammy nomination for that one. And then Youngblood was the next one. And like Youngblood, I was so fucked up making that record. Like, I'm so surprised that it even got made. But there's a beauty to it though, because I kind of just leaned into what I was comfortable with. And then Mood Swings was the next.
I got El Dorado, Youngblood, Mood Swings, and Darling Blue. That's ones I have.
We got to update that album artwork on there on Google.
But I'll tell you, your music, for anyone who doesn't know, and I guess this could be played at your funeral, you have lived your life out loud, opened up, and shared all your scars and your pain and your joys and your questions and your loves and your fears through music with possibly the biggest gift we've gotten in the music world, which is you as an artist. And you've done them selflessly for people to, hopefully people sharing them. And from someone who struggles with almost every one of your vices and any of your insecurities, I thank you, because your music, I can listen to it on a plane and throw on some sunglasses and cry and feel it. And your voice is just like so warming. It's like your voice is like when it's a cloudy day at the beach, but there's one hole in the cloud and then sun shoots down on the ocean and you watch that sun creep to you as the clouds move and that hole stays there. That's your voice. Your voice is like a ray of sunshine.
Thanks, man.
I love you to death, man.
Love you, brother.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call Two Bears, One Cave.